What's one factor most parents forget to consider when it comes to choosing the right school? That's the topic for today's vlog. We have a lot more choices these days on where to send our kids. So the choices are public school, high intensity, low intensity charter schools, sometimes homeschool, religious school, of course, private schools. There are many criteria to consider when it comes to how to pick the right choice and choice school for our kids. And today we're only going to focus on one, homework, specifically the amount of math homework. Let's take two extreme examples. Example one is a high-pressure academic school. The sole focus is academics, so there's very little non-academic activities and on average between 2 to 3 hours of homework at night. Now, this type of schools, kids in this kind of schools know they're very well prepared for college, for engineering, science, or medicine down the road. Now, the downside for this type of education, of course, is kids are burned out, fatigued, and not well-rounded because they simply just do not have time to develop other interests. On the flip side, example two is a zero homework type school where the emphasis is on personal development, social services over the core academics. In this kind of environment, kids do not have any pressure, so they can follow any interest of their own, and those type of kids are very typically well-rounded. Now, the downside for this type of education, though, is that those kids are not prepared for standardized tests down the road in high school or college, and they often find the workload in college, especially college, very challenging. Now, in actuality, your school, that school you choose, probably falls anywhere between those two extreme cases.
So how do we navigate?
Let's start with example one. In this type of education, kids are probably going to come back and complain that because the homework load and academic pressure, they have very little time to do what they like to do. For girls, it shows up they don't have time to socialize with their friends, to dance or sports, for example. For kids that were boys, typically the complaint is we don't have time to do martial arts, play sports, or play video games, right? So it's important in this case that you sit down with the children and say, help them to understand why they're making the sacrifice they're making and how it lines up with what they want to do down the road. That's first part of the conversation. Second part of the conversation, because the academic pressure, it's really important that kids have some sort of help to prioritize. The less important subject got to come after the more important ones and how to be more efficient. So that's the type of conversation you would have. Now, for the second case, where in this type of education, kids are typically stress-free, they have time to pursue their own interest. Now, the conversation will be a little different. The conversation would actually be the other way around. We got to help our kids to be more prepared. That means we have to nudge and push them a little beyond what the school is asking of them. There are plenty of resources out there, but we as a parent need to take charge and really look up those supplements, instructional videos with our kids. So in conclusion, what's the guiding principle when it comes to picking the right school for your child? Well, my hero, Maria Montessori, says, follow the child. So if you have a child who thrives in high academic pressure environment, by all means, example one school would be suitable. Now, on the other hand, if you have a free-spirited kid who marches to the drummer of her own steps, right, then example two school would be much better. In either cases, though, the conversation will be different. Hi, this is Phoenix Pan. My one word is potential. Wherever you are, I appreciate you. If you find this vlog interesting, share it. Hit that like button for us. Sharing is caring. Until next time, happy parenting. Until next time, this is Dr. Pan signing off.